Okay, welcome to A Long Time Ago. We're back this week with another Making the Grade. This is part 10. It's a bumper edition because Martyn has had his birthday. Happy birthday, Martyn, for whenever it was. I should know, shouldn't I?
Well, I mean, you did send me a text a week later and said happy birthday, so I appreciated it.
Yeah, a little bit late. I've got a terrible memory. So, yeah, Making the Grade. For anyone who doesn't know, Martyn's on a mission to collect all original 96 Kenner Star Wars figures from between 1977 and 1985. And if possible, he will get them graded or buy them loose and send them off to be graded. And we are now, as I said before, up to episode 10. Let's take a look at where we're at with things then. Martyn had some pretty good pickups last time out. They're reasonably priced. And one of them was the affectionately named Red Wine D4, which that now takes you up to 37 figures. We established that he was at an average of £86.81 as his duplicate pickups, i.e. the Jedi Knight Luke's. They add to his total amount, but not to his total for the 96. So the average was £86.81. After a few bargains last time out, he's managed to bring that down by £4. It's £82.69. Yeah, so Martyn.
Well, I mean, that's actually, let me just start by saying I brought it down. That's not bad. Was it so? It's 36 figures I have now, you're saying?
37.
37. Yeah. So £82 average. I'm happy with that.
That's not terrible.
It's not terrible. Unfortunately, it's going to change this week and not in the right direction. But
I feel like it's going to skyrocket this week.
I think it is. You might have had a little sneak look at the notes. Well, this is episode 10, and as it was my birthday, I got quite a lot of graded figures for my birthday, notably from my wife and some of my family. Just so everybody knows, I didn't buy all these myself, but unfortunately Adam won't let me not include them in the total, even though I didn't pay for them myself.
Yeah, no, I know you didn't pay for them yourself, but I feel like they have to be included in the total just so we get an idea of how much it all went for. Which I mean, fair. Kind of, it means that you know how much people are willing to spend on you for your birthday. So True. That's kind of fun.
True. Well, let's just say, love you. Well, I mean, my wife obviously loves me a lot because she was amazing. She got me some great pickups. But without further ado, it's episode 10. So I've got 10 for episode 10. Bumper edition. So the first one that was picked up. Now, this wasn't for my birthday. This is one I picked up myself. It's a 1983 Chief Chirper. It's a no COO. And it's UKG graded 85%. And I purchased this in an auction on eBay, and I won it for £72.
72. That's good. It'll bring the total. It'll bring your average down.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely. It's another one that I had as a kid. Looks immaculate. 85% UKG. I think it definitely deserves that grade. I'm not going to go on too much about it because, as I say, we've got a lot to get through. So if you don't mind, I may jump straight on to the next one. Now, this one is going to make one of our viewers, Rob Kenobi, very happy because I don't know if you remember for weeks and weeks now when we've been putting these videos out, he's been suggesting start collecting the last 17 because they're going up and up in price. So this is my second last 17 figure that I've picked up in this ongoing quest, and it is a 1985 Amana Man.
Oh yeah,
it's an awesome figure. It's huge, probably the biggest figure I'd say in the 96, without a doubt. It's a no COO. Now, before I go into any more information, I purchased this from Dan, who we've mentioned on previous episodes from Another League Toys. That's right. Please check out his Facebook, and you probably, if you're into collecting, you probably see his stall at pretty much every convention there is because he's there with his graded Star Wars collection stall. It's fantastic. As I say, check out his Facebook page. Now, when I spoke to him, he said he had an UKG 85%. And so I said, yep, I'll get that, please, if you don't mind. And he charged me £225 for it. Now, yes, that's a lot of money, £225. However,
it's a last 17.
It's a last 17.
And it's a man-a-man. I hear a man-a-man is quite a pricey figure to get hold of. In fact, when you came down here, didn't we have a look at a man-a-man at the toy fair that we went to?
We did, but he was loose, wasn't he?
It was loose, but he was still asking for quite a bit for it, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was about 300, and it was ungraded. If I have to go back to that.
I feel like 200. I can't remember. Oh, okay. But yeah,
that makes sense. So I picked him up for 225, and I looked on eBay previous sales and auctions, and the average was around about 325 for this figure.
Wow.
So anyway, I ordered this from him, and he sent it in the post to me. And just before it arrived, I got a text message from him saying, "Oh, mate, I'm really sorry. That 85% UKG man-a-man, I haven't got it anymore. I thought I had it, but I don't have it."
Oh,
So yeah, I know. But he said, "Don't worry, I've sent you a UKG 90% gold instead, but you don't have to charge me any. You don't have to, pay me any more for it."
Wow.
Yeah. What a dude. What a dude.
How good is that?
Yeah. I mean, anyone who's just probably watched or is watching the pictures of it now, it's an absolutely immaculate figure. As I say, 90% gold. It looks stunning. Really happy. I never owned one last 17 figure when I was a kid. I kind of was out of Star Wars a little bit by then. So yeah, I never collected this range.
Star Wars a little bit. Well, this is Martyn we're talking about. Come on.
Okay. I don't know. I must have been concentrating on other toys maybe. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this one.
That's
it
amazing.
Looks fantastic. Yeah, it's really, really nice. So the next one I picked up, again, this was from Dan, Another League Toys. This is one I purchased myself. It is an R2D2 with sensor scope. So really happy to get my first R2D2, one of 4 in the 96 that I need to collect.
There's 4, is there?
Yeah, there's a solid dome, a sensor scope, a pop-up lightsaber, and then there's another one with a third leg that you pop in underneath, which came with the Droid Factory. I think it was the Droid Factory set for the original film. So
I didn't know that. I only knew of the 3 that you previously mentioned.
Yeah. So I think those 4. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe that in order to complete the 96, I have to collect all 4. So yeah. So this was a UKG graded 85%.
Amazing.
It instead of a COO, it had GM FGI on it, which stands for General Mills. And I can't bloody remember. I've got my notes in front of me, and I thought, well, I'll remember that. I'll just abbreviate it or use the acronyms. It'll be fine. And of course, General Mills. I completely remember. I can't remember what the rest of it. So you will be shouting at me in the comments, I'm sure. But I paid £150 for this one, which for it's a pretty good looking figure. It's not a totally white sticker, but it's much better than Red Wine D4, which I picked up last time. So I'm fairly happy with that. And I think looking at prices, previously sold prices, that's about right for a sensor scope.
So of the 4 R2 units, is this one of the easier ones to get hold of, or?
It's certainly the cheapest one to get hold of.
Yeah.
I believe that the pop-up lightsaber one being in the last 17 is the most expensive one to pick up. But I think possibly the R2 from the Droid Factory with the third leg is quite a hard one to pick up because there's not many out there. But I haven't really researched prices on that one yet. I just thought I'd get my first R2 out of the way, and we'll come back to that later.
Hey, it's good. It's good to get one.
Yeah. So another next one is another one to make Obi-Wan Kenobi happy. It's a 1985 Han Solo in carbonite, last 17 figure, no COO. Now this one is a UKG graded 80%, but has a paint sub score of 85%, which is what we were going for.
Yep. Nice.
This one again was from Dan, Another League Toys, and this one cost me £175. Again,
there's a reason he didn't charge extra for the Amana Man. You've done,
well,
you've provided him with some good business.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes. I mean, to be quite frank, Adam, unless I see anything, on eBay or a toy show or a toy fair or something, I'll grab. But if I get anything online now, it'll be exclusively from Dan,
From
Another
Dan,
League
yeah.
Toys, because he's done me so many great deals.
Yeah.
But yeah, so £175, which is a little bit lower than I've seen them online for. So again, he's done me a good
Solid,
favor
yeah.
there. But yeah, again, another figure I never had as a kid, and I really like it. I mean, I know it's not accurate to the films, the carbon freeze, bit, the block that he sits in, but I really wish I had this as a kid, because I would have loved to have played, with this, pretending, he'd been put into carbonite, and then have Bush come and get him out of carbonite in Jabba's palace. So yeah, it would have been great fun. But yeah, really, really happy to have this one.
What made them? Well, I suppose you don't really know the answer, but he was in carbonite in Empire. He was put in it in Empire. What made them release it as a Return of the Jedi thing, or a Last 17? Was it any reason for that, or?
Well, I mean, the figure you get with him is the outfit that he wears, as he's come out of carbonite. Well, I suppose it would have been the same as going into carbonite, but I believe if you watch Empire Strikes Back, when Han goes into carbonite, is he still wearing? I don't think he's still wearing his jacket, is he?
Jacket, no.
I can't remember. No. So actually, yeah. So he would.
I can't remember.
He would have been wearing the same, but I think the fact that you can take him out of carbonite or put him into carbonite means you could do it either way. But he wasn't on a Return the Jedi card though, actually, was he? Because he would have been on a Power of the Force card.
Oh right, yeah, of course.
I think
Last 17, yeah.
Yeah. But then yeah, I'd have to check into that. I don't know 100% sure. Was he? I don't think he was on a Tri logo card, but he might have been. I'm not sure. So yeah, but no, really, really happy to get this one. I mean, it's a bit of a boring Han Solo figure. It doesn't come with a weapon or anything, but it doesn't matter. It's a cool little figure.
And what was the price on that again?
175.
175.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now we're getting into the last six, sorry, and these were the six that I received for my birthday from various people. The first one is a 1980 Lobot. The COO is Hong Kong. It's AFA graded, this one, 85 near mint plus. So, that's probably equivalent to a UKG 90% gold, if not better. This one is in the old case style, which, I'm not too bothered about because it's Lobot at the end of the day. No disrespect to Lobot, but, he's not exactly, a pivotal character in my eyes anyway.
No. It's an interesting character, isn't it?
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Elliott, who we met in Florida and at Celebration a couple of times, who used to have a thing where he dressed up as Lobot and called himself DJ Lobot. Basically, where was I? I've lost my place. There, Lobot. So yeah, he was from eBay, and he was purchased. Bearing in mind, he's an 85 near mint plus for £51.
That's really good.
So that might be
really
my cheapest figure yet.
Yeah, might
be. Yeah. I did have this one as
that one. Does it come with a blaster?
Yeah, he comes with a blaster.
Yeah. Okay.
But these ones are notorious for the arms and the body to sort of discolor. From what I've seen on Action Figure Grader, and this one seems to be absolutely perfect. So I'm really happy.
Nice. Yeah, good.
Next one was a 1983 8D8, which is the droid that is in Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, he's in Jabba's palace, but in Galaxy's Edge, he's the guy who's doing the pulling the wheel around, and he's doing Ronto roasting under a pod engine. And he's also the one in Jabba's palace who's torturing the droid. I don't know if you remember that. This was a no COO, UKG graded 85%. This one was from Dan, Another League Toys, and this one cost £63. So another
nice, good.
Yeah, looks immaculate as usual. Really, really good grade. The next one was a 1980 Han Solo in Hoth outfit. Brilliant figure. Never had this one as a kid.
Did
Always
you
wanted
not?
this one. No,
Yeah.
I always wanted this one.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, I always loved the Battle of Hoth. It was great, and the whole
Who doesn't?
yeah, with that whole first act of The Empire Strikes Back is so great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean the whole film's great, but I mean that first
That
act
first act really sort of
yeah,
almost makes a film,
that's
doesn't it?
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I always used to, I mean, back in the day when we were young, it used to snow every year in the winter. Not so much now, but I'd run out with my Hoth figures in the snow, and I'd play in the back garden with these figures in the snow, and it was such good fun. And I never had the hand figure. Frustrating, but I have it now.
You have it now, yeah.
Yeah, so
you can't play with it, but you have it.
Well, not about telling any, not as long as no one finds out anyway. So yeah, this one's a Hong Kong COO. This was UKG graded 85% again. It was from Dan at Another League Toys, and this one was £107, which again, good price.
Yeah. I
think this one must have been eBay because that's a really odd price for him to charge me. I must have won this one off eBay from him. Because he would have rounded that down or up, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's that. It's a great figure. Looks great. Happy to have it. So brilliant. Next one, 1984. It's the Rancor Keeper. This one was a Taiwan COO. This was UKG graded 85%. It was from eBay. This one, not from Dan, and this one cost £71.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, not too bad.
Does the Rancor Keeper come with soft goods on that one?
No, he doesn't. He just comes with his stick.
Has there been a modern collection version of it in the TVC?
No, there hasn't. No. This one.
I feel like I saw one recently with soft goods, and that's why I asked.
But... Yeah. Now I'm questioning myself. I mean, I know the TVC so well, but no, there definitely isn't a Rancor Keeper yet. But he's one that they have to make in order to complete their 96 original figures. But yeah, so he's a great looking figure. Again, I had this one. There's a story behind this one when I was a kid. This was a mail away figure that I got. And what you had to do back in the day is you had to collect the little name pills on the cards, and you'd send the name pills off in the post. And months and months later, you'd receive your free figure. Now, I'd forgotten that I was receiving this figure, and one day it turned up in the post, and I vividly remember this. It came in a little white box, and I opened it, and I pulled out the Rancor Keeper, and of course, it didn't come on a card; it was just loose in a baggie. Yeah. And I opened it, and I burst into tears. I was, Mum. And I said, she was like, what's the matter? I said, they've sent me an Asterix figure, not a Star Wars figure. And because I just didn't recognize him for some bizarre reason. What could I have been? 5, 6 years old. Right. And I didn't recognize him at all for some bizarre reason because I didn't have the card.
So you thought they'd sent Obelix?
Yeah, so they'd said Obelix, yeah. Right. And in my mind, and I remember this vividly, like, really upset. And anyway, my dad came home from work, and I was like, Dad, they sent me an Asterix figure instead of a Star Wars figure. And then my dad, being my dad, just goes around and goes, that's the Rancor Keeper. And then instantly my mood changed, and it was the greatest thing I'd ever received in my life. So it took pride of place up in the Star Wars figures. So yeah, there's a bit of a story behind this one for me.
Nice. Yes. Good job your dad knew.
Yeah. Otherwise, to this day, I would, there's another one of those dodgy Obelix figures in my Star Wars collection.
Well, I think we should call that one Obelix.
Yeah. Anyway, next one, 1982 Zuckuss. So the bounty hunter line is nearly complete.
So actually Forlom.
Well, yeah, actually Forlom, but
Zuckuss,
Zuckuss in the old maths. This is a Hong Kong COO. UKG graded 85%. Surprised to hear this one was from Dan at Another League Toys, and this one cost me £86. Really nice figure. I just
seems like a good price, actually.
Yeah, it's a really good price. I mean, I just need Boba Fett and Forlom now, or Zuckuss, whichever way you want to call it. And then I've got my Empire Strikes Back bounty hunter line. all sorted. So
Nice,
we're
yeah.
getting there with that. So out of this 96 collection, it's quite funny because you find yourself having little mini collection goals in them.
Yeah.
Collect all the Han Solos, collect all the Luke Skywalkers, collect all the bounty hunters, collect all the droids. It's quite funny. So that's how I kind of go about, picking out the figures, because sometimes it looks a bit random in these episodes, I suppose, to people. But yeah, it's nice. It'd be nice to get those last two. And then finally, sorry, everyone must be falling asleep by now if you're even still watching. A 1981 21B. This one was a COO Hong Kong. It was UKG graded 85%, and it cost me £68. And once again, it was from Dan, Another League Toys.
Who's this Dan guy then?
I think we should actually just put him down as a sponsor of the show, to be honest with you. If, Making the Grade sponsored by Another League Toys. I expect money off for that, Dan. So yeah, the 21B, I'm sure you know who he is, but he's the medical droid in The Empire Strikes Back that treats Luke when he comes back from being attacked by the Wampa. If you look, yeah, he has the microphone as a mouthpiece, the 1950s microphone. Now, if you're watching,
pretty boring
figure. Yeah, he comes with a stick, but I did have this one as a kid, so again, it's the 96. I've got to have it.
Yeah.
This one, it's a cool little figure, but as you say, it's a little bit boring. The one I've got, if you're watching or have just watched the video of him going around the turntable, the actual mouthpiece must be loose because it's come out. It's just hanging there to the side. I mean, it doesn't matter, but
well, can you call it an 85% at that?
Well, I mean, there's nothing. Well, I don't know. Is the mouth too gaping for the thing for the mouthpiece to go in? I don't know, but I don't know. It's still fine though. It's all good. Let's be honest. When people come come round to the house and look at the 96 collection, they're hardly going to pick that one up at first, are they?
True. They're going to look at old Greedo in the porn star pose, aren't they?
That's right. Yeah, I did try that little trick to try and get him back to flat, but it hasn't worked.
No bueno.
No. So yeah, that's my 10 for episode 10. Really, really happy with all of those. I guess now it's the painful part though.
Yeah, well, we'll get the graphic up. It sounds to me like you actually didn't do too bad price-wise. There's a few really, really good priced figures in there, and only a few that are, slightly above the average. But
yeah, no, I'd say all of them are below the average paid. But obviously, being the couple that I got that were higher than normal, that's just going to bring my average up. But from now on, I think the average is going to start going up quite considerably because I've kind of not collected really expensive ones yet. So
yeah. But if you can keep it, around or not too far from the number that we're on at the moment,
that's not going to happen, is it? I mean, let's just think the Yak Face 650. If I'm lucky, if I want to get an 85, an pop-up R2D2 about £500 to £600. It's just
we have mentioned the fact that you might buy some and send them off for grading, so. You might be able to keep your average down there.
Yeah. You never know.
It's not happened yet, has it?
No. Well, I mean, it's gone down. It went down from last episode. It's just, it was never going to stay under £100 by the time we finished. I don't think so.
No, God, no.
Just off of my top of my head, and this is without any research or mathematical skill whatsoever. But it'd be nice to sort of say an average for all 96 figures around about £110, £120.
Yeah,
that would be nice,
Yeah, but then you do the maths, times that by the 96.
Yeah. Okay,
that actually feels like quite a lot, then, doesn't it?
Was that $4,500?
And the rest, like 10?
No, 120. Oh no.
96 times 100.
Oh yeah. Oh,
9,600.
That's my first. We've been doing this for over a year, and that's the first time I've ever sworn on camera. I cannot believe it, and the realization of what you just said. Oh my god!
Well, it's only just hit me too. To be honest, I hadn't thought about it until that happened, but oof.
Yeah.
Oh well, we're playing the long game here, aren't
Yep.
we? So
Yeah, but I've just hit the halfway point, haven't I? I think that would
I think
make
so.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
10. Yeah, yeah. You've just gone over. If there was
yeah. So
10 this week,
yeah,
and let's face it, that display behind you is looking epic. You
yeah. I
can
mean,
actually see a man in there if you look closely. So
yeah, I've started on the second cabinet now.
have you?
Yeah, there's a few in there for episode 11 of
Episode
making the
11.
grade, but
Wow,
they're in the far cabinets. You can't quite see what they are.
that's good.
Um, but yeah, it's well, let's just say I don't have a birthday more than once a year, unfortunately. But Christmas is coming.
Yeah, Christmas is coming. Well, yeah. So wow, that's quite a revelation towards the end there, but
Yeah. Well, I'm exhausted.
yeah, I bet. Yeah, but no, that's been a great episode. I think. Hope you all enjoyed it too. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we will catch you in the next one. We'll see you later.
Bye.